What if you could create more kindness in the world just by being you? Everyone has the potential to create and receive more kindness. What if kindness is more than being nice and compassionate to others? Have you ever considered what having more kindness for you could create in your life? Get ready to learn how the energy of kindness is integral to reducing stress in your life and how it can assist in healing your body. Now, here is the host of Cultivating Kindness with Karen, facilitator of healing, Karen Leslie.
Welcome, everybody. It's so lovely to have you here with me today. We have, if I do say so myself, a really interesting conversation that we're going to have together here, all about stability. It was kind of yelling at me for a couple of months now, to be honest, to be doing a show on this. And I kept thinking, not yet, not yet, not yet. Well, here we are today. And the whole idea is like, are you craving stability? So many people are talking about this, people I know in my own family and people I just have general conversations with. There's just so much going on in the world. So I thought, okay, now's the time. So thanks for being here. I am Karen Leslie. For any of those of you who maybe it's your first time stumbling upon Cultivating Kindness with Karen, and if it is, thank you so much for being here with me. On my shows, I really try to bring forward different ideas and different ways of looking at things that are pretty commonplace, actually, in our day-to-day living. And I often will challenge you to look at them from a new perspective, gain some new insight, and maybe make some changes in your own way of thinking about something, resulting in big or huge changes in your own life. And that really is what Cultivating Kindness with Karen is all about. It's helping us make changes in our own life, remembering that importance of being kind to ourselves. For when we're kind to ourselves, that just radiates out with kindness to the whole world. And we can use a little more of that. So I really appreciate you being here with me. Those who are live and show up every week, you know that you give me fantastic energy to draw on and work from during the show. So thank you for being here. And on the replays, which are available so many different platforms all around the world, that, Cultivating Kindness with Karen is really an easy show to find. So no excuses to not be listening. So today, let me go over the show notes with you here. Are you craving stability? And then what does stability mean to you? How we look at that is going to influence what it is we're looking for. Is stability missing in an area of your life? Do you find yourself seeking it or craving it? By definition, you would think stability would be all around us and easy to find, yet it can be so elusive to many people. It's not unusual to find yourself craving stability. Now, since energy is always moving and changing, many people feel easily overwhelmed. They are very aware of the changes and the shifts, causing them to seek stability in their own environment and life. This can create a lot of added stress to their life. So, looking for that stability, yes, it can bring stress into your life. It may not be giving you what it is you think it will. This is really important for everyone to understand today as we go through the show. Stability, yes, by definition, sounds like something that we all wish to have, or that we all just should have. It should be a given. Well, let's see what you think by the time we get to the end of the show. And also, towards the end of the show, I do have an announcement, a big announcement to make to everyone. So, make sure you hang in here for the whole show today. Although I know a lot of you do, and thank you. So, over the last year and a half, I have been working with a really special group of people. They're amazing, and they have placed their trust in me to help them actually feel a little more stable. Now, what I'm referring to is a group I work with called Cosmic Harmony, Balancing Energies and Emotions, providing some more stability for people. The way this came about was being involved in a early morning call each day with a friend of mine and also actually another host here on Inspired Choices Network, Ranchelle Van Bryce. And the people in the group were starting to complain about, oh, we've got another full moon coming. I'm not sleeping well, or I'm starting to get headaches, or things were going on and on. And I just ignored it. And then the next month came around and I thought, oh, here it is again. So I asked permission, since it wasn't my group, if I could offer some support for this. And I got a yes. And Cosmic Harmony was born. I ran a trial group or a trial session, sorry, with this group, sending them energetic healing to help them with their bodies and their emotions and really everything, all parts of their life, to be able to work with the new moons and full moons with far more ease. It's really evolved now over the last 18 months. It's nowhere what it was when it started. There's a lot more that's provided, as well as like education, more days of energetic healing, and et cetera, et cetera. If you're interested in Cosmic Harmony, you can go to my website, KarenLeslie.ca, and you can read all about it and let me know if you'd like to join. It is a paid membership group, but so worth every penny. It's not expensive. But working with Cosmic Harmony and working with the energies of the moon has really, really brought home to me that nothing is stagnant. Nothing is stable. Nothing stays the same. And how we look at this and how we're willing to see it makes a massive difference in how we're going to feel. Now, Cosmic Harmony is just one way that people can be given some assistance in how they're feeling and in seeking out more stability in their lives. We will frequently look for stability by going to our past. When we are looking for something, our mind will take us to a reference point in our past. That's how it works. It will seek out information for you based on your definition or how you see the word stability and show you evidence of when you've had it in the past. Now, for those of you that have been following me along here for a little while, you know that I am not a fan of always referencing things in our past. That brings us into that past environment, those past energies in a heartbeat. Like, it happens really quick. Then you start to function from that space, from that place in your past with those energies again. As we do this, it reinforces us being on autopilot or getting into that energy of complacency. We stop opening ourselves up to looking at actually what is in front of us in the moment. But that's how the brain works. You're saying things, oh, I wish things were more stable. I wish it was more like 6 months ago when I was handling this event. Yeah, it wasn't fun. And yes, it was a lot of work, but I got through it. I knew what I was doing. I'd rather go back there. It's crazy how frequently people would prefer to move into the energies in the past because it's known to them. It's like that saying, better the devil you know than the one you don't. We are so resistant to looking at the unknown, to opening ourselves up, to truly stepping inside of ourselves as we do open up and knowing that we can handle what's in front of us, even though we don't know what it is. So this whole question of, are you craving stability is really here for you to look at what is it that you are unwilling to look at in your life right now? Why do we feel, or why do you feel this pull to go back, to enter the energies from the past, to recirculate those energies in hopes to just stay comfortable? It's a wonderful way for us to hide. It's a wonderful way for us to avoid something. It's a great plan if you truly don't have a desire for a future that's different or more or changed in any way. So if you are really comfortable and happy staying with things being the same, then it makes sense that you're going to want to tap into those energies from the past. And I get it. I mean, I've been there. I understand this. As my sensitivities were really growing and showing themselves to me more and more, and I know this from talking with other people, whether it's friends or clients, that when you're really sensitive, life can feel so overwhelming. And we often wish to just turn it off, slow it down. That space of feeling overwhelmed is not comfortable. It's not a fun place to hang out. Some of you may know what I'm going to say next. Remember, everything is meaningless until you give it meaning. So when you're in that space of feeling overwhelmed, what's going on? What is happening that your mind has labeled it as feeling overwhelmed? What's your physical body doing? Remember how stress and anxiety will mimic the same body sensations of excitement, of being in that moment of like not knowing what's happening next, but going, oh my God, what if it's really good? Or I'm really excited about this. But we spent so many years in that space of labeling this as a problem, as something we don't want, and giving it words such as anxiety or overwhelm, that's our automatic go-to. That's going into the past when things really are not better for you. But our mind is going to want us to stay in that uncomfortable place because there is a level of comfort there for us. Being aware of what's going on in the world can be tough, and it's okay to choose what you wish to be aware of and what you're saying, nope, that's not my circus. Some education for yourself, some true understanding within you will really help you in deciding what you want next. Sometimes it's even a change in our personal health. Maybe you've received a diagnosis of something that means, hey, you've got to change your diet. Well, we go right into, but I don't want to. Or we may experience a form of grief that we can't eat the foods that we used to before. We will look for that stability in our diet that matches where we were when we could eat anything, or we were just in a pattern of eating that was comfortable. It was easy. It was familiar. And now it's being all shaken up. And yeah, some people will feel grief. Some will feel anger. Some will feel resentment, overwhelm. But what if you could move into just I wonder? I wonder if this could be okay. I wonder if I could do this with a little more ease and being present and being in the moment with it and being very aware of your emotions, but not from that place of judgment, from just intrigue and wonder, curiosity. We are at our first break already. I'll say this probably a few times during the show, but I really want to drive home to you that everything is meaningless until you give it meaning. So watch what kind of meaning you're giving to things. You may be like over the moon happy with what you will find out and how you can shift it. It's just a thought. Yet we struggle and fight to change our thoughts. It's a curious human behavior that we all share with each other until we decide that maybe it's not a difficult behavior. So on that, we're going to go to our first break. Thank you so much for being here with me on the Inspired Choices Network. You know I love having you show up. You can always get in touch with me if you like by sending me an email, Karen@KarenLeslie.ca, and Leslie is spelled Leslie. And then, as I mentioned earlier, you can always check out my website, KarenLeslie.ca, for more information on all the different ways that I work with people. And yes, Cosmic Harmony is there as well. So don't go away. When we get back, we're going to look at more specifically how to work with all of the emotions and events and things that are going on in your life that are bringing you to that place of just longing for that place of stability again. All right. All right, everyone, we will be, can't say it, be back in just a moment. Thanks.
We all have different experiences with and definitions of kindness. These experiences and beliefs about kindness have influenced who we are today and how we see the world. The universe is always listening. So what are you telling the universe today? Tune in to Cultivating Kindness with Karen. Each week as Karen guides you to understanding how each choice you are making is either keeping you stuck or opening up the energy of empowerment for you. Listen to Cultivating Kindness with Karen. Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is Cultivating Kindness with Karen. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Karen@KarenLeslie.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everybody. All right. I would like to go over the definition or the etymology of the word stability, just for a bit of a point of reference for us. So early on in the mid 14th century, it was of persons or character, firmness of resolve, mental equilibrium. I like that one. Steadfastness, firmness, stability, durability, consistency, a standing fast, Then as we moved a little bit forward, it started to take on the ability to remain in same condition or position in spite of influences. And this is very much, I think, where we are now, continuance in that same state. That's a little more accurate as to how we look at stability today, I believe, for a lot of us. Now, it may be different for you, of course, but that the energy of the word still carries its original idea of firmness of resolve, so it's that idea of getting through things, moving through something, meeting a challenge, and knowing that it's going to be okay. You will come to the other side of this, you know. But that idea of same state, and that came through in like the 1540s, that one I'm not as comfortable with. I think it's very difficult to achieve, and nor do I actually feel that it's something that I personally want to achieve. There is a beauty in growth and change. And as you know, energy is constantly moving, always shifting and changing and mutating and doing its thing just perfectly. Right? Science has proven we cannot destroy energy. We cannot make it go away. We can make certain thoughts we have go away. Well, we can make all of our thoughts go away. Depends on how diligent you want to be with this. But the energy, the movement of it, it's here to stay. Those moon cycles, they're not going anywhere. They've been with us since the beginning of time, and they'll stay with us until the end of time, whenever that is. The planets are always moving. Everything is always shifting. And our bodies pick up on it. We recognize that this is happening. We are just wonderful antennas of energy that reads everything that's going on around us 24/7. Our mind may choose to ignore it or to do its best to block it. But your body, he, she, they, know what's going on, are aware of what's happening. You may not have words for it. You may just get a sense of something. And that's part of the difficulty with working with or talking about energy is our language really falls short for us on figuring out, how to talk about this. But we really are always in this space of movement. And we are designed to move and grow, evolve, and change with it. The cells in your body change all the time. You may have a photo album to show you. You may have pictures on your phone that show you over time, you're different. And that's a beautiful thing. Yet many times we'll criticize it. We'll go into judgment about it. We'll go into the past again. And if only, or if I was there again, or if I was still there. We're looking back at that reference point, again, looking for some form of stability, some state of sameness that we just cannot achieve. We can't. When I was putting the show together, as I always do, I pulled two oracle cards for the show. And they were so bang on, like so good. When we're just now with talking about all of the energy and our bodies being aware of energy and things, one of the cards says, make sure you know where you end and another begins. This is really important for a healthy self-esteem. And I love this so much because We need to understand our own energy fields. We need to, and yes, I'm using the word need. It is important to know where you end and where somebody else begins. And there is that point where our auras, our energies will mingle and they'll cross over. With some practice and some attention and being very honest with yourself, you can find where you end and somebody else does begin. We can look at this too, if you want, on maybe a more familiar way of looking at it for people who set boundaries around themselves. Knowing where yours is, where somebody else's boundary is, gives you a sense of where you end and somebody else begins. To do this, though, you need to be in the present moment. You are here in the now. You are not in the past. When we go back, we blur that and it becomes far more difficult. So if you want that state of sameness, then you need to be present. One of the messages in the other card was saying, you are locked in a prison of your own making. Take inventory of your thoughts and let yourself out of jail. Well, I'm not going to argue with that one. And if you'd like to know a little bit more about why that is such a strong statement for me, you can go back to actually my show October 9th, just earlier this month. We are October, 23rd, 2024 right now. But on October 9th, I did a show on being chained to unconscious commitments. They're not a great idea. And this is speaking to that as well. How are our thoughts holding us in a space that's making our day-to-day living more difficult? When you're feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling the energies and you're craving something different, then being present and looking at it is really important. I would say it's number one. It is the number one thing to be looking at. Our innate, I don't know if it has always been, but our innate desires for everything to stay calm, for us to not be challenged, will keep us in that jail and keep us in a space that is preventing our growth, causing us to go backwards. It may be an actual detriment to you and your body, the cells in your body. The way we choose to look at this is critical. It really is. With change being constant and we're fighting to stop it, well, you've got an uphill battle. I don't know how you're going to win it. Maybe you have figured it out. I would love a conversation with you if you think you have figured it out. I would be really interested in your thoughts as to how you've come to that conclusion when everything around us is showing us the opposite. Constant change, constant movement, constant opportunities to tap into those that bring you joy, those that bring you excitement, those that offer you new opportunities. Those ideas, those possibilities. If you're living in the past, that's going to be tough. If you're seeking to be stable and to be in that same state or condition, then you are creating more difficulties for you. You're fighting against what nature is doing naturally, automatically, and cannot be told to stop. Well, you could tell it to stop. It ain't going to stop. We're going to go to our next break. When we get back, we're going to talk more about how to work with this way that we tend to be, how to shift this and move into space and an energy and using some tools to make things easier for yourself. This whole idea of seeking stability and fighting with getting there is not making your life simpler. It is not making your life more enjoyable. So let's get to that place, and we'll do so when we come back. So again, thank you for being here with me on another episode of Cultivating Kindness with Karen. We're here on the Inspired Choices Network, which is, is somewhere that I love to hang out. And I invite you also to come into the network, inspiredchoicesnetwork.com, and see about all of the other amazing hosts and shows that they have to offer for you. It really is a wonderful place to be. So don't go away. I will be back just in a couple of moments. All right. Thanks, everybody.
We all have different experiences with and definitions of kindness. These experiences and beliefs about kindness have influenced who we are today and how we see the world. The universe is always listening. So what are you telling the universe today? Tune in to Cultivating Kindness with Karen each week as Karen guides you to understanding how each choice you are making is either keeping you stuck or opening up the energy of empowerment for you. Listen to Cultivating Kindness with Karen, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is Cultivating Kindness with Karen. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Karen@KarenLeslie.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. So just before the commercials ended, I was getting just like an extraordinarily itchy nose. And so I was like, okay, what's the message? And here's what they want me to tell you in this moment. And then we'll get back to kind of the things I was sort of thinking I might talk about. But it's, do you know just how beautiful you are when you are in that space of intrigue and curiosity and wonderment? And they've got more. Do you know the joy it brings to every cell in your body when you choose to be present, when you choose to allow everything to flow to you? And yes, you can allow it to flow right through you. You do not need to hold on to it. In fact, they're saying, please don't. Allow it to move through you and gift you what you require in that moment and let the rest go. They're asking you to be that space for you, for when you step into that area of trust within your own physical body, spiritual awareness, inner authority, that you create a world that is beyond what your imagination can see in the moment. For we do not know, and you do not know, the ripple effect that will happen when you allow this to flow through. Anything else? Yes, but not in this moment. All right. So we'll see what comes through later in the show. But really, how does that make you feel to hear that? Like, I was getting a little emotional. I had to kind of calm things down a little bit with those words of how beautiful you are when you're in that space of curiosity, intrigue, and wonder. How many times have you looked at a child that's in that space and just smiled, just watched them as they were exploring a flower or playing with a toy, or just looking up at someone and just asking questions with no judgment, just like, I just want to know. It's how we learn. That play, that creativity, allowing ourselves to be in that space. This is where we grow intellectually, physically, spiritually. Like, it is the foundation for all of us at every age, not just for a child. How I have grown and changed over the last number of years is so cool. It really is. And I know that that growth has come about because I have allowed myself to step into being more vulnerable. Yes. More curious. Yes. That, okay, what else? I acknowledge that something's gone well, or that I enjoyed something, or that I accomplished something I'd never done before. And it's like, all right, now what? I wonder. That's how this show came about. I wonder. So working with your mindset, and I'm not a big fan of that word, but working with your thoughts so that you can go into a mind shift, that you can change the energy of how you're thinking, create new neural pathways. You can do this so that your way of looking at the world around you alters and shifts. The desire to be in the past, this way of thinking that the world is just throwing crap at you. It's just too much. And there's nothing good. Like, where's the good? All I'm seeing is this other stuff. Well, you're only seeing the other stuff because of your point of view about what you're choosing to see. Being in that space of believing the world is causing you problems and it's not a friendly or happy place to be will keep you in the past. It will keep you reviewing everything that's proving that belief to be true. It will keep you stuck being in that victim mentality. Where's the curiosity and beauty in that? Where are the opportunities for growth and change? Where's your imagination? Have you stopped dreaming? Those energies of allowing yourself to believe that the world is actually here for you is really key. You've heard me talk about, the universe follows you. You hear it in my show every week that it's always listening, but it's listening energetically, not just listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth, although, yes, and those words tell an amazing story, and you may be surprised if you truly sat and listened to the words you speak and the thoughts you have. Our thoughts are killing us. Our thoughts are causing damage in the cells in our body. Our thoughts, for the most part, are not bringing us forward into that beautiful space of curiosity, intrigue, and wonder. They're holding us back. They're keeping us in our own jail that we have created for ourselves. When we can move into that trust of the unknown and look at the world as being somewhere that will help us, support us, so much opens up for you. But it's really important to know the energy you put out, the words you put out, the actions you take, or the ones you refuse to take. They are the information that the universe works with in trusting that that's what you want more of. For it has no point of view. There's this energetic component of what you choose to be and what you choose to share with others is what you prefer, what you want, what you desire. So that then tells people around us and the universe around us that, hey, that's what they would like. So let's give them more. Is it really what you want, what you're receiving? If not, then you know that can shift. Will it take a little work? Yeah, it might, but that's okay. You don't have to do it alone. There's amazing people all around the world you can work with. You can work with me. It's not hard to find somebody to assist you in moving forward and working with the energy within your body, to have the intuitiveness and the experience to assist you in the direction that your body is saying it wishes to go, showing you what it's willing to work with now, to allow that to leave, to open up that space within you for different, to open up that space within you for new, not to create that state of same condition. That's not moving you forward. That's not bringing you new opportunities. That's holding you in place. If you really desire to be held in place, then that's okay. But chances are good there's going to be a time coming when you're thinking, no, enough with the same. And you start to crave something different. Often, it can come around as a midlife crisis for people. You hit 50, I tell you, life starts to change. It's even in your astrology charts and everything. This whole idea of what's going on there with that midlife crisis that we hear about, or maybe you've experienced. I know how it was for me when I was approaching 50 and in my early 50s. Not a fun time. And I know I'm on the other end of that now. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be sharing things with you that I do share with you. Why would you like to hold on to that thought of sameness, of stability? And yes, you know I don't use the word why, but sometimes you need to hear it because it's a word you relate to. What is underneath that for you? What has you so convinced that this is where you should be? This feeling of overwhelm that so many people experience on a regular basis, and this desire to have it changed. You know, there are also indications that your nervous system is just tapped out. You've been on a journey for far too long, people will call fight or flight, freeze or fawn. And your nervous system is just like, tilt, no, this is not how we want to carry on. We can't keep going like this. I'm one that freezes. That's my F out of all of those. I'm not one to fight. I don't tend to take into flight. I'm a freezer. And so regulating my nervous system every day is really important to me. And it's something I would love all people to understand the importance of. But again, to recognize this, to see it, yes, you'll need some help. There's all kinds of places you can go to for that, but you need to be present. I didn't realize how much I would go into that frozen until it was brought to my attention and I could see the signs of when I'm frozen. It's easier, I think, sometimes for people to know when they are in fight or flight. And we've talked about it more. Freeze and fawn are a little newer to our vocabulary. Wow. We are at our third and final break. When we come back from the break, I have actually an announcement I'm going to make to everybody. So please stay with me because I really, really want you to hear what I have to say next, as well as trying to do my best to wrap all this up for you. So this idea of craving for stability, maybe it's one that you can set aside, even temporarily. Even if you could just do it for, I don't know, 10 minutes, build it to an hour, see where you can go with this, and see that you made it through those 10 minutes. And you probably did better than you thought you would have. Craving that state of sameness. No, it's not what we're meant to be doing. Okay. Thank you so much for being here with me on the Inspired Choices Network. Again, right? You know I love having this time to hang out with you, but please make sure you're here on the other side of this commercial when I share my news with you. All right, everyone. I'll be back very quickly. Thanks.
We all have different experiences with and definitions of kindness. These experiences and beliefs about kindness have influenced who we are today and how we see the world. The universe is always listening. So what are you telling the universe today? Tune in to Cultivating Kindness with Karen each week as Karen guides you to understanding how each choice you are making is either keeping you stuck or opening up the energy of empowerment for you. Listen to Cultivating Kindness with Karen, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. This is Cultivating Kindness with Karen. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to Karen@KarenLeslie.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back. All right, let's begin with the announcement that I said I was going to make before we had that quick commercial. This today is my second last show of Cultivating Kindness. So I'm inviting all of you to please join me next week and share with others, and let's have a party together, as next week will be my last new episode in Cultivating Kindness with Karen. It has been a phenomenal time with everybody, and there's this very strong energy that it's time for this particular show to pause. Yeah, it's not come to an end. It is definitely a pause. Now, Cultivating Kindness with Karen episodes are still going to be available for everyone to listen to, for you to like and love and share, and you can still get in touch with me because you all have my email. You know, Karen@KarenLeslie.ca. Next week's show will be fantastic, but I just wanted you to understand where we're heading. And one of the things that I really want to, getting back to today's topic, I want to share with you is with energies always moving, and this is the change in energies around me is what I'm responding to with ending Cultivating Kindness with Karen. As much as I love the title has given me everything that it's there for, with one more show included into it. When we try to control what life is sending to us, it's like pushing a really big boulder uphill. Yeah, you can do it, you think. Chances are you're going to be exhausted and that boulder's going to start to slip and it's going to be difficult. The amount of energy we expend every day when we think we need to control our life is huge. When you get to the other side of trying to control everything and you you're being in the moment and you're following the energies and opportunities that are sent to you, meeting new people, seeing things from a brand new way, even though maybe it's something you've seen with your own eyes 1,000 times or more, it can look different. And that's part of that beauty and curiosity that I spoke about in the last segment, or maybe it was even 2 ago, whatever it was. We are meant to evolve and change. We are in that creative space all the time. The question is, what are you actually creating? Consciously or unconsciously, right? We know we can be chained to unconscious commitments. Go back to October 9. Like, we can be in that space on autopilot. And as a result, we're cutting off so much of our life. I was given a nudge earlier today to pick an angel blessing card for everyone today. And so I did. And it is from Angel Faith, which is one of the 9 healing angels I work with in integrated energy therapy, one of my modalities. And Angel Faith blesses you with serenity. So I thought, wow, that is so perfect for every one of us, whether you're listening now or years in the future. This idea of serenity, when I actually went to the etymology for that word, it is tranquility of mind or temper. This is all what I've been talking about. To be in that space of tranquility within your body, within the way you're thinking. When we are there, we're not seeking to control or go to the past. Your mind, your way of thinking, that will give you the stability that you are seeking. The stability of a tranquil mind or temper. It's not outside of you. It's not in your past, nor is it in your future. The curiosity, the opportunities, the questioning, that whole sense of beauty from that message that was given just for you a little while ago, that is speaking about your future, but from the perspective of being present now. Serenity can be seen as the opposite of seeking stability. That space where you actually like who you are, coming out of that prison that our thoughts have created for ourselves, that we created. Nobody's done this to us. Circumstances around us, yes, things happen. Some of them, yeah, they suck. Some aren't so pleasant. Acknowledge it, but don't get caught in it. Don't get stuck there. Don't try and control it in a way that hinders who you are and who you're meant to be. All right, next week, yes, the last show. And I'm really sincerely inviting you here. It's a really great one. And it's going to be called, or it is called, Triggers Are a Doorway to Healing. Now, last week we talked about the word healing. I am healing as being a trap. You hear about your thoughts right now. Next week, we're going to wrap this up in a way that you will have that tranquility of mind. You can step into that space for you beyond having it for a moment, creating it so that that's your way of being. I know you can do it. And I wish you well in that journey to get there.
Thank you for listening to Cultivating Kindness with Karen. Karen Leslie returns Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can find Karen at KarenLeslie.ca and follow her on social media. Until next Wednesday, Karen is sending you waves of kindness for a fabulous week. Remember, it's only you who has the power to be and receive the kindness required to change your life.